It's time. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with
Erin Blanchfield.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. My eye kind of hurts, my knee hurts, but I'm feeling good.
I was wondering about that. Did you take any injuries throughout the day? If so, how?
Well, in the first match, I felt my knee crack. I don't know, yeah, it wasn't like she didn't do anything. I don't know, I just postured on it and it cracked a little bit, and it hurts now still, but I just didn't think about it. I was like, whatever, it wasn't too bad. I could still walk and everything. And then in the last match, I went for a single, and I don't know, her hand kind of punched me in the eye, I think. I don't know if it was me going in or her hand was there or a combination of both. And that's why I was kind of a little tentative in the beginning after that, because I felt like my eye, I couldn't fucking see out of my eye. But then after that, yeah, I'm okay.
Does everything feel like a rush right now? Just where's your head at?
Yeah, I don't know. After the first match, I felt calm and confident after that. But now it definitely feels good. I feel, I don't know, a weight off my shoulders, It feels good.
Well, let's talk about this. I want to get the whole perspective from the very beginning.
Okay.
You hear you're going to be in EBI.
Yeah.
What was going through your head when you heard you were participating in EBI?
Well, actually, I heard about the EBI when they first talked about it back in January. And I know Eddie Bravo because I've been training. I went to train at his gym. I'm from New Jersey, but I have family in California. So whenever I came out here, since I was 13, I'd always go visit his gym. And we kind of grew connection after that. And when I heard about it in January, I hit him up and I was like, yo, I'm going to be, because you had to be 18 and I was still 17. But I saw that it was going to be in the summer. My birthday's in May. So I was like, I'll be 18 by the summer. I turned 18 May 4th. And he was like, yeah, sure, you'll be in it. So yeah, so after that, I was still in school, so I was still training kind of similar to how I was training before. I do Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai. But once I got out of school, May 19th, and I graduated high school, then I kind of started getting into a real camp, and I was going into Renzo Gracie in the city a bunch of times, as well as training at Silver Fox. And I kept doing my Muay Thai because I want to go into MMA before the year ends. So
So that's coming up real quick then.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Yeah, because it was always the plan since I was 12 or so. I wanted to start doing MMA, and now it was always debating on it because UFC still didn't have women at one point, but now they have women, and they didn't have a 125, which is what I fought at. But now they have a 125, so now it's all coming together right at the perfect time,
So what was the wanting to do Muay Thai, and where does that come from?
Well, actually, when I did dancing when I was really little, 3 to 6.
It's a little different.
Yeah, definitely a little different. Just something to do, to be active. But then my mom wanted my little brother to get involved in some martial arts just to know how to defend himself. And I went to go see a class, and they offered me an intro class. And I just fell in love with it after that. I've been training since I was 7. I never did any other sports after that. I always loved just the fighting sports and doing all that. So
if you don't mind me asking, this is my favorite question to ask people. When did you know you were hooked and addicted to jiu-jitsu?
Probably around 12, 13. Because before that, I always wanted to be a dentist. I don't know, that's something weird, that's random. But then once I was realized how good I am, and I was going with women, and I was winning in women Naga tournaments and Grapplers Plus, I was this is something that I have a talent for, something I could do. So that's, I think, when I really fell in love with it.
Well, that's putting it mildly, because today you put on an impressive display here at EBI. So we obviously get your idea of what happens when they tell you you're going to do it. Then let's get to the day. Let's get to right here when we start the day. And you said it started a little rough. Yeah. How did it start rough?
Well, the first match was definitely tough. I didn't know what to expect. I couldn't find much video on her, in a no-gi stuff. She had a bunch of gi stuff, but not much no-gi. She felt physically strong, but I felt okay. Once we got into the overtime, and I didn't feel I had that rear naked choke. It was still on her face, but I was I'm just gonna crush it and see what happens. And she actually tapped, so I was okay. And then I got out of her position, so that was good. And then after that match, I felt good because I didn't want to lose the first match. No one wants to lose on the first match. But then going into the second match, I felt very calm. I had a very sense of calmness, even though standing on that stage, once they called my name out, and just listening to my coach, and everything else just fell into place.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Second match also great. But then we continue on. It's not just done there. I have to ask this because I'm wondering if at any point, before you get to, say, the semis or the finals, does it start to set in that you are competing at EBI? Do you start to feel like all of the people watching? Does any of that set in, or are you just focused on the task at hand?
No, I mean, I know all these people are watching, but, you know, it doesn't bother me. I'm a very, very calm person, and I just feel calm in those situations. It doesn't bother me at all. That's why I know I'll be good for this stuff, you know, like these combat sports. Even with all the lights and all the people, I don't mind. I love it. I thrive in it.
That's awesome. Okay, so then obviously things continue going well for you. Third match, talk me through your semifinal.
The semifinal, that was against Lila. Well, I've trained with Lila before, and I knew that she was tough. But I felt confident that I could still beat her. And actually, honestly, like once it was only like 30 seconds left, I didn't think I was going to tap her. I was like, fuck, it's going to go into overtime. But then I had that arm bar the last second, and I was like, I'm just going to pull for this. And she tapped, and I was like, okay, you know, it's good. One less overtime and on to the finals, you know.
Absolutely. And, you know, you could see that look on her face where she was just like, 15 more seconds kind of a look, you know? But it was a good arm bar.
No, yeah, she's super tough.
And then we go to the finals. Talk me through your finals. How did that experience feel like?
It felt good. Like, I knew she was going to be very physically strong, and I realized that she wasn't going to pull guard. Like, I was prepping for, like, almost all these girls to pull guard, and I was going to be, like, the top person. So we were kind of, like, stalled a little bit on the stand-up, and I went for a single, like I said, and I kind of got, like, hit in the eye. That's why I was a little tentative again, because, like, my eye was, like, throbbing a little bit. But then I just had to keep moving, you know, and try to get that takedown. And, yeah, I realized I wasn't going to get the submission, so we went to the overtime, and I knew that I could hold her a little bit. I thought I was going to hold her a little better from the back, but she got out pretty quick, much quicker than I wanted her to. And I knew that I wasn't sure if I got out quicker from her back, or like I wasn't sure what the times were. So I was like, I'm just going to go for the arm, because that's the kind of position I was planning to do going into this. But the back worked better in one of my other matches earlier in the night. So I was like, I'll try this. But then I was like, fuck it, I'll just do the arm bar. And I caught it on her in 19 seconds. So I knew that she was going to go for I figured she was going to go for the back again, which probably wasn't the smartest decision, but I knew it was only 19 seconds. I was like, even if she gets that choke clean, I was like, I can just hold out for 19 seconds, you know, like I'm not tapping. I would rather go unconscious.
You're just literally saying, you're like, oh yeah, I could do it. It'll take 30 seconds to put me out.
I caught that and I knew it was only 19 seconds. I was like, this belt's mine already. Like, I don't care. She can get the choke on.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And what does it feel like to be the first female winner? Like, that I'm sure hasn't set in yet, but I think you do need to understand you have made EBI history.
Yeah, no, it feels great to be able to do this for the women, be the first women's champion, create history, you know, like, I feel, yeah, like you said, I don't know if it's set in yet, but it feels great. It
should, but did you at any point, did you get to like look around and like, did it feel special to be a part of that when you could see all those other matches? Did it?
I feel like it feels more special now. Like then I was just focusing on one match at a time, you know, like focusing on the next girl. What are they good at? What if I go into overtime, what should I do? But now I think I can appreciate it a little bit more. Like then I was still in the competition time, yeah.
Let me ask this. Do you mind if I see the belt real quick?
Yeah, you want me to take it off?
Yeah, do you mind? I'm just going to ask a question because it's a very important question we're going to get through, okay?
Okay.
Which is, can we shout out any sponsors real quick?
Oh, I don't really have any.
Any sponsors? Do you mind taking that off real quick? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and make a case as to why you should sponsor her. Yeah, that's why. How does she not have sponsorships? Look at this. She just won one of the hardest tournaments there is to win. If you can't respect that and get behind that and the resolve it takes to be that person at 18, think about what you were doing at 18. You were not winning EBI. So let's make sure that she can continue doing great things and she can concentrate on jiu-jitsu and fighting, which also is a very lucrative sport at the beginning. But we want to make sure we take care of her because I know the caliber of the people that you beat, and you should wear this belt proudly, but you should also have sponsorships as a good athlete does in just about any other sport. So I think it is a crime, and I challenge those of you who are sponsors or who know sponsors to get behind her right now because we did our part in watching it, but I think we need to do more and make sure that she is able to continue competing and giving us great jiu-jitsu.
Thank you.
You got anything more to say about that?
Yeah, you know, I was never the person to go and like try to search for sponsors. I think that's kind of why I didn't get them. Like a lot of people like go out, they call all this people, this and that. We always just trained, and you know, like I always just tried to be the best person in the room, and I think people don't appreciate that as much as like trying to call them up and stuff. That's probably why I don't have any sponsors.
Well, you know what? Your jiu-jitsu has spoken for itself today. You should be proud of that. And let's see if we can, you know, if this doesn't get you sponsorship, What the shit is wrong with you jiu-jitsu people? Well, I want to say on behalf of all of us who got to watch you here today, thank you for your jiu-jitsu. Thank you for your time. I want you to go ahead and give a big shout out to your family who's been waiting this whole time to take you on out.
My little brother.
I like it. Your little brother now, is he going to like try and take that from you at any point?
Maybe, I don't know.
No, get out of here.
I don't know. He's definitely one of my best training partners, you know. He's always there for me. I'm always practicing at home and in class and everything, yeah, so.
Well, that's great. I think it's an amazing thing to have a family that supports you. Came on out all this way to go ahead and give you the love that you needed to finish it off. So congratulations, and you know, we can't wait to see what's next for you.
Cool, thank you. Thank you very much.
Keep it locked here at verbaltapcast.com for more information, you guys.
Good work out there, guys. That's the hardest I've worked yet in a competition class.
Guys, you know what would be insane? If someone made a tournament outside on the ocean. What? And what if it had like a party vibe? Like a DJ, some acai, maybe some cocktails? What?
It would have to be on the ocean by an aircraft carrier.
What? Eric, nobody would ever do that.
Of course they would.
No, they wouldn't. Nobody would ever make that kind of a tournament.
That is a pretty crazy idea.
I don't think so, man.
Eric, you have terrible ideas.